There's a form of terrorism that most people are not discussing. The politicians nor the preachers. Pedophiles target unsuspecting families.
There is an urgent need to guard our children from sexual abuse. Please help us to protect children who cannot protect themselves. This is a great opportunity to literally save lives. Please join with us now.
Welcome actor Philip Boyd to our program today. Here in Los Angeles, Cyrus Webb presents Conversations LA. Philip, thank you so much for the time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, the pleasure's definitely all mine. Philip is an actor that you all have gotten to see, especially more recently, as part of the hit show on the Oprah Winfrey Network, The Haves and the Have-Nots, but he's done so many other great things, and we're going to be actually talking about some of that and how you all can stay connected with him. Philip, I want to begin with talking about 2016. I mean, already you have been able to do some great projects. You have other things that you're working on. What does it feel like for you to have chosen this career and then to be able to do it and see the response to it?
You know, you say 2016, which is a great thing because 2015 was a great year for me.
Mm-hmm.
So 2016, I want to make it a better year.
Yeah.
You know, each year you keep striving to be better and better and better, and then things present themselves, and it's kind of an amazing thing when you're in the right place at the right time, sort of in your life. So 2015 kind of was like a whirlwind. I went from starting and doing a movie in January to finishing up doing the Haves and the Have-Nots.
Right.
You know, at the end of the year. So I'm looking forward to going back to the Haves and the Have-Nots, and then I also have a couple of projects of my own that I'm looking to try to get off the ground.
Yeah. You know, I'm so glad you mentioned that, Philip, because I said to you before we began taping, I think for a lot of people, the Haves and the Have-Nots was their introduction to you, but it definitely was not the beginning for you. I thought it was so great in our first radio interview, and that's why I was so excited to speak with you face-to-face here, is that you talked about the journey, how, you know, getting to that point. Do you see where you are today really as a result of the hard work, the dedication, and the faith all coming together?
I'm starting to, yeah. I mean, I believe that there's a difference between, I guess, hard work and then hard work.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is that, you know, last 21 years I've been in this town, and I've worked hard in the beginning, and then I kind of didn't work as hard as I should have, and then now I've surrounded myself with people that show me what hard work is all about, and it makes me want to work even harder to obtain the things I want to obtain and get to the place I want to be.
Yeah, I think that is the amazing thing. And by doing that, you not only have garnered fans, and we'll talk about that for sure later, but you also have people who now look at you, Philip, and say, wow, because of you, I know that I can do this, that I can make this work. I mean, what is it like for you to have people in your industry and even people who are just seeing your work say, you know what, you know, thank you so much for doing this because it shows me what I can do?
Yeah, it's, you know, the social media now, it's such an easy access to get in touch with your person that you're looking up to. And the people that have actually, excuse me, the people that have actually reached out to me on social media, it's incredible. And the comments that I get on my social media page, and like, thank you so much, you're inspiring, and this and that, like, that's what I want to do. That's the best thing that I can offer anybody is inspiration. You know, it wasn't easy for me. I came from a small town in Conyers, Georgia, and I'm still working my way up. I'm not even close to being where I want to be yet.
Right. And I think that's the other great thing, not to settle for sure. So, you know, as I said, you know, you've been able to do this work, Philip, and also, of course, to be able to see the hard work paying off for you, especially as you said, you know, the things that you have looking forward to in this year and beyond. I mean, the faith and belief in yourself is so important. I mean, the hard work definitely is a big part, but you have to believe that you can do it. I mean, what has that been like for you to get to a place where you can look at this and say, you know what, you know, I know what's possible for me. I know what I can do.
You know, that's an interesting question because I don't know if a lot of people know this about me or not, but I grew up with three brothers. And my older brother, David, he was about a year older than I was. We grew up doing everything together. And about 4 years ago, he passed away of cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And it sent me into a tailspin. He was my best friend. He was my right-hand man. We talked about everything. And we did everything together. And so after he passed away 4 years ago, I kind of had to take a look at my life and go, what is it about you that's going to make you get past this? Going to gain that confidence back, because everything that I was confident about, I shared with him, and so part of my confidence left me when he passed away. So going from losing your best friend, your brother, somebody that's very close to you, to being alone in this big, huge town of Los Angeles and not having that person you can call and talk to or bounce ideas off of, it was a shock to my system.
Yeah.
So after a while, I started to rediscover who I was. And it's been a journey, and I'm still on that journey, but it gets better every day. How about that?
Right.
It's great.
And thank you so much for sharing that with us, Philip. I think, it really goes for all of us. I mean, we all know, I think, what that's like to have those things come in our life. And it's really, that what happens at that point, and knowing that great days are still ahead of you. And I think that's the thing, to be able to walk toward that for sure. Again, everyone, Philip Boyd is our guest for this segment. We're talking with him not only about his journey in front of the camera, but what it's been like for him to share that with all of you. And you've definitely been sharing it recently, Philip, as you mentioned, last year, of course, you kind of emerged as this enigma on the hit show, The Haves and the Have-Nots, of course, from, the master creator, Tyler Perry and the Oprah Winfrey Network. I mean, there were questions about you from the very beginning about who was this guy and what is his intentions. Without getting so much into that, I mean, what has this ride been like for you to not only see the success of this show, but also you're part of this show and how fascinated your fans are about you?
Where do I begin? I like the possibilities of what Oscar is going to be doing on the Haves and the Have-Nots. I have no idea what's going to happen, because Tyler Perry doesn't release the scripts until we get ready to film.
Yeah.
So right now, I know what happens at the end of this season, 2016. But when we go back in April for 2017, I have no idea what's going to happen. But I will say that Tyler Perry's imagination is wicked and awesome, and I can only imagine what he's going to bring to the table next season.
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned social media earlier. That is one of the ways, including myself, I'm guilty of this. I stay connected with all of you guys, live tweeting even when I can on Tuesday nights. I mean, what has that part of this phenomenon been like for you, to have these fans that are speaking to you as the scenes are going on? What has that part of it been like for you?
I can't believe how quick people type. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
It's I love it because I get to interact with the fans and I get to answer questions and things like that. Sometimes it gets a little bit weird because people are like, "What are you gonna do next? What are you gonna do next?" And I want to tell them, but I can't.
Right.
And that's something that I have to always very, be very, very aware of, conscious of, because I don't know what I can say and what I can't say. I know what I can't say.
Right.
But I try to have fun with the fans.
Sure.
And I think that's one of the best things about tweeting, is that when they ask you questions, you can interact with fans and make jokes and stuff. And I try to do that as often as I can.
Yeah, and they definitely will be looking for the rest of this season. And now you've let us know that that there's more to this Oscar story, and so I know there's a lot for us to be able to look forward to. Again, everyone, Philip Boyd has been very gracious with his time today while we're here in Los Angeles. Philip, I can't tell you, man, how much I appreciate this opportunity, and also, of course, you're sharing a part of your story with our viewers here, as you've been able to do on the radio show. Really appreciate that. How can our viewers stay connected with you?
Well, I will say this. I'll say that Cyrus is one of the first people that reached out to interview with me, and I really appreciate it. I'll always interview with you as long as you're around doing this.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So the fans, if they want to stay in touch with me, if they want to tweet with me live on Tuesday nights, my Twitter handle is Philip K. Boyd, and that's PhilipKBoyd at Twitter, right? Just
right.
At Philip K. Boyd. The same thing with Instagram. My middle name is Keith, so that's how you know that. Philip Keith Boyd.
Mm-hmm.
So Philip K. Boyd, Instagram, and there's a fan page I think on Facebook.
On Facebook, right?
Yeah, just Philip Boyd.
Yeah. So make sure you'll definitely stay connected with him. Again, Philip, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it, and looking forward to our next conversation together.
Yeah, me too, man.
All right. And we thank you, our viewers, for joining us for another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents here in Los Angeles.